This is Navigating Blackboard, Surveys, Tests, and Quizzes. So you're going to have to take some assessments. Assessments means some way to check mastery of a content. So we'll use some tests, some quizzes, and I'll even use some surveys to get your feelings and opinions on things. So let me show you how to do all of those in Blackboard. Here is our high school physical science honors course, and we have a couple of different things. So let's look at the survey first. So you can see that there's a survey due the second week of school called Science, just all about science. So the instructions are here. It's called Science Experience. Something you should know about surveys, they are anonymous. So when you complete them, the only thing I know is number one, that you answered every question, and number two, that you've completed the survey. I will get to see your answers, but they won't be connected to you specifically. So I won't know that a specific student answered a certain answer. I use surveys for many things. In this case, the survey is just used for some planning to see what you guys have done in class before and what you kind of think about science class. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the link. And again, it tells me a couple of the instructions are here. Notice that you can save the survey and finish it later, which is pretty important because I believe this one has 32 questions, so it might take a little bit of time. And you can click begin. So I'm going to click begin. And I've got the information here. This is basically just telling you. If you don't like the information, you can just click here and it goes away because it's really not important for you. So here's a question. When it comes to science investigations, I try to be impartial. That means not influenced by anyone or anything except the data or evidence. And you choose which one of these best describes your feeling on this question. Again, not connected directly to you, just something I will use. You will go from each question to each question. Notice when I click this, it tells me the following questions may incomplete. Oh, so I do have to answer it. It says click cancel to return to the survey. Click OK. So a lot of students would just click OK and move on, and oops, you didn't answer one. This is going to affect you because you're not going to get a completed score. Always click cancel and then, pick an answer. And then you can save them just to be sure in case there's an internet outage or something. And you go on to the next question. You just keep going like that. When you are finished, I'm going to do a bunch of these. And I'm just randomly picking them. Please don't do this. I really want your honest opinion on this. I don't want you just to go through randomly and pick things. All right, so let's say I'm done. Let's say I don't want to finish this right now because it's a lot of questions. I'm just going to click Save Answer. Oh, I have to answer it first. Save Answer. And then I can go to anywhere else I need to go. Let's say I need to go to Start Here again. Changes you may not be saved. Actually, they're going to be saved because I saved the answer. So I'm going to hit Leave. And then I can go back around here. So that is surveys. Surveys are pretty simple. Another thing I need you to do is quizzes and tests. They're basically the same thing. A quiz is kind of like half a test. So think of it, if you take 2 quizzes and get a grade, you add those grades together and divide by 2, the average becomes a test grade. So there is a quiz in this section right here, but you can't see it. So let me show you the quiz this way. You'll be able to see it when it's available to you, but it's not always just available. So I'm going to click here, and this is actually a quiz based on these videos. So quiz is right here. You click on it. 10 questions. Notice right here it says you must continue taking this quiz until you score at least an 80%. So a lot of times I'm looking for you to get a very good score. It's not because I want your grade to be super high, although that's fine with me, but I want to know that you know at least 80% of this, meaning you pay attention to it. You may take this quiz as many times as you need, and only the highest score will be recorded. So, and I do that all the time. I don't take an average of scores. I usually only take the highest score if I allow you to do it multiple times. So I'm going to click Begin. And you've probably seen this before. And again, the test information will automatically pop up, but if you don't want it, you can go up there and look at this, true or false. You can just choose one, choose a whole bunch. And again, if you want to save as you go, you can save. Ooh, there's more than one correct answer. Be sure to select all the correct answers. So let's say there's 2, 3, and then I'll do that. So I'm going to hit save and submit. I could just save all answers, come back and look at it, but I'm going to hit save and submit. It's going to tell me test submission confirmation. Click cancel to return to the test. Click OK to submit the assessment. I'm going to click OK to submit the assessment. Now when you're done, you get all this information, which really is not that important to you. Notice it says I use 0 minutes. And keep in mind the teacher can see this. It doesn't count seconds, it only counts minutes. So if you're taking a test or an assessment and it's only 0 minutes, that means you really didn't try. It says click OK to review results, but usually kids are trying to click on this and it's not working. The OK is down here. So you click on that OK to see your results. And in this case, you'll see all this information, but what you're most into is, let me get this, it's right here, your score. 40 out of 100 points. That means you got a 40%, or I got a 40%. I did really poorly. And then it's going to tell me which questions are right and wrong. You won't always see that. Sometimes you'll just see that you got the answer wrong. But in this case, I want you to learn so you can go through and find out that you got this wrong. And all this information you can read through. And the cool thing is you click OK. You can take, let's say you want to take this quiz again. So you go down to the quiz and you begin again. Sometimes it'll say, when you click begin, it'll say you've already taken this quiz. Do you want to do a new one? And then I would say, sure. So actually, let me show you that. So I'm going to go over here to where the quiz is. And again, I'm going to navigate down to the quiz. Click to launch. Here's the information again. And when I click begin, it's going to tell me I can either, make a mistake, go back to class, view all my attempts, or I can start as a submission. So to retake a quiz or test, you click on Start New Submission. Test information again is here. I can get rid of that. And then go through and make my answers again. And again, I'm not really trying, but obviously you're going to try. All right, here we go. Remember again, you click the OK. And look, I got a 40 again. So I'm going to have to keep trying and learning. So what you should do first is kind of read through the questions, see what you put. If there's anything called feedback, that means that's a hint to tell you. Remember, these types of assignments require you to submit something through Blackboard. So read through all of it and then try it again. So you click OK and you're going to try again. Let's say you took a quiz and then you forgot to hit the OK and you didn't see it. You want to find your grades. Well, if you go down here, it says click below for test and quiz grades. So if I click on my grades, it'll show all my tests. And the most recent tests and quizzes will be at the top. So here is the quiz. Here's my score, a whopping 40. And if you click on the name of it, you can see my 2 attempts and the grades. I got a 30 and a 40. And if you wanted to see what your test looked like, you just click on the grade. So let's click on my 30 and I can go through and look at it. You've completed Navigating Blackboard surveys, tests, and quizzes. Next up, we'll talk about discussion postings.